Good morning, campers. Happy Friday. And you know what it means? Feminine Friday. So let's pull a card from my divine feminine deck for my beautiful, fierce feminines who are here to grow, who are here to change. So let's see. What is it that you need to hear from your guides today? What is that you need to hear? What is it that you need to hear on this beautiful Friday? Oh, it's a shadow. Abandonment trauma. Number 6, we have abandonment trauma. Let's read through this. Abandonment is not healed through forcing those who abandoned and neglected you, but through understanding that all you ever needed always existed within. No external source is ever required to feel fulfilled, peaceful, or happy. In fact, if those vibrations don't exist within you, no external source will ever be able to fill in the gap. Abandonment wound makes you become codependent, anxious, or even clingy. You need constant external validation and reassurance. This card is your invitation to heal this wound. Start from developing deep self-love and unconditional sense of self-worth, working towards true independence. Now, I have a couple of thoughts with these as we pulled this. First of all, abandonment wound, it's one of the core wounds, right? And I always say this to you guys. All humans, we all carry core wounds within. Abandonment wound, mother wound, father wound, sister wound, betrayal wound, rejection wound, right? We all carry them within to certain extent. So as we start our journey of healing, we usually start from these core wounds. But what I was thinking is that, and we talk about this a lot, right? That healing is like being lost in a forest. Oftentimes, we find ourselves that we've been here, we've done this, I felt like I've addressed this. So maybe even you were watching me and you thought this to yourself, but I've already addressed this, I've already worked through this. But there is no wound that you can heal like this. This is why we do this in layers, right? It's from the thickest layers, from the moment when we are in distress, in anxiety, in entitlement, in aggression, right? We start to heal certain wounds, we start to understand, removing the pain. And then we're ready for another rodeo when we're no longer in this distress and pain to revisit these wounds again. And then yet another rodeo until the moment when we are ready to reach that healing, that contemplation in a way so profound, so subtle, that we can really close this, that we can really address this, because abandonment wound comes from lack of worthiness and lack of self-love, right? So it's not something that you can address in one session. It's years of self-work. It's years of really addressing variety of wounds and shadows, because they are interconnected. And what I was hearing specifically, the reason I'm saying this to you is we are now in this moment of cycle closure, really potent energies out there in the universe that we can harvest to really leave certain things behind. I feel for most of people watching today, this is not going to be your first rodeo, maybe for some, but I feel that this message is really for those of you who right now you need to close this permanently, right? You need to close this permanently. And the other thing that I was hearing is the really key of this statement, because it's, again, as a base core wound, it is a foundation. Abandonment trauma is a foundation for a lot of your shadows. It's foundation for both anxious attachment and avoidant attachments. It's foundation, and it's something that feeds other wounds. It feeds your betrayal. It feeds your worthiness, right? It feeds your mother and father wound. The abandonment, and the abandonment overall comes from the lack of wholeness. It's like we feel we need someone, we need that validation, and they're not there for us. They're not giving us what we want. They're not showing up the way we want to, right? So it's really this core statement, this first statement It is not healed through forgiving those who abandoned and neglected you, but through understanding that all you ever needed existed within. This is why I always say to you guys, true healing is not going to your healer. Of course, it's something that you have to do, right? You have to address and talk about every relationship with your father, with your mother, with your first love, with your last ex, right? But in the end, true healer will tell you, your soul for a reason chose these experiences. It is within you. That abandonment is within you. No one in this world, no one's job in this world is to facilitate and accommodate you, is to be there for you, right? We're constantly wanting externally. You are your whole universe. You should be the provider of all your emotions. You should be provider of your security. You cannot constantly externally seek, don't abandon me, give this to me, give me security, right? It is you. All you ever needed existed within you. And I was also looking at, codependency, anxiety, clingy. It's very... And I'm looking at this number 6 as well. So maybe it is a sign for some of you. It's also a number of, in tarot, it's a number of reciprocity. So I want you to, again, there's a variety of ways we can look. I'm all over the place today. So I feel like this really may be, some of you, maybe it's like your first rodeo. Some of you don't fully understand this wound. Sometimes we understand certain concepts. We feel like we understand them, but not 606, but not in concept of us, of ourselves, right? So I really want you to, this may be for those of you that it's your first rodeo. This may be for those of you who are closing a cycle. I feel like deep reflection of the abandonment wound is needed today. How much it influences other things. How much it influences our entitlement towards others. How much it influences our self-worth. The only person that must not abandon you on this world is you. You are the one who need to love yourself. You are the one who need to stand in a place of being able to say, nothing that anyone says or does about me influences how I feel about me. Because now I love me. I stand beside me. I am my own security. Nothing will shake who I am and how I operate because I've healed the abandonment. It's at the base of the shadow work. It's what we always start with. I am my own rock. I am my own inner masculine. I am the one that gives me love, that gives me emotion. I trust myself. I've created my reality that is unshakable by anyone else. So today, wherever you are on this journey, I just want you to examine the abandonment wound. You can go back, listen to me read through this once again, and really focus on what is it that resonates. What is it that at this level of your little onion you need to address when it comes to abandonment. Are you at your first rodeo when you still feel that people in your life abandoned you, your parents, your family? Sometimes we feel like we're abandoned by all. No one understands us. No one knows the pain we go through. Or are you at this level that there's just little thing to be course corrected, and you will really enter the state of self-love and wholeness?